Welcome to the Totally Honest Cooking Show. I'm Mark. Today we're making Alton Brown's overnight oats from Everyday Cook. Because Alton Brown is an actual chef with credentials, he does most things by weight. He's not just an idiot with a YouTube channel, so that makes things a little harder. So for this, we're busting out the kitchen scale. Here's the gig with overnight oats. You put the oats in a jar or a container, you let them sit overnight, and then you have breakfast, right? You could also do this for 10 or 15 minutes from now. You really don't need to let them wait overnight. They also will last 2 to 3 days, maybe even more, but I didn't tell you that. Now this recipe does include a paper plate. You don't need to use the paper plate. I'm gonna, just because Alton Brown said to, and I think it's funny. So we're starting with 40 grams of rolled oats. This is almost half a cup, but not quite. Then we've got 2 grams of chia seeds, which is about half a teaspoon. Next up is flaxseed meal, which I've never heard of before. And I'm putting in a teaspoon, which is 3 grams. 13 grams of toasted coconut flakes. Now I got these coconut chips because they looked more like the picture in the cookbook. And then I put them in the oven on a cookie sheet for about 10 minutes. And I mix them around at 5 minutes. This is where you start to see why a scale is so much better than a measuring cup. So this is probably a third a cup, if I had to guess, via eyeball. But do you see how much harder it is to actually measure this in any meaningful way when it's all loose and air and all that stuff? Weight is just a more efficient way to measure. Then we want 30 grams of dried fruit, no raisins. So I'm going to go 15 grams of tart cherries, another 15 grams of dried blueberries. And anything that falls on the counter, I get to eat. Next we want 75 grams of coconut milk, which works out to around a third a cup. I'm just going to pour that in the jar. Then we want 75 grams of almond milk, which I just tried for the first time today. Again, that's around a third a cup, though it does appear to be closer to the milliliter line on here, and it would be more like 100 milliliters. Then you want 12 grams of maple syrup, which is almost but not quite a tablespoon. And 1/4 a teaspoon vanilla extract. Stir all of that together. Stir all of this together. Fold your plate and dump it in. Cap it. Lid it. Shake it. Bop it. Pull it. You know how we do it around here. We can already see that I probably only needed a mason jar half this size, so in the future I will be doing that if this gets good on me. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to stick this in the fridge overnight. And obviously, you could just eyeball all that if you want. Next morning, I just finished my run. This is what it looks like. Now, obviously, I need a shorter jar. Proof of concept, folks. Let's see how we did. I like it, but I don't like the coconut. I feel like I should have gone with flake instead of chip. That might have been my bad. I also probably would take the coconut out entirely and amp up the blueberries and the cherries because, oh my god. But this is definitely a solid recipe. If you've never tried overnight oats, give this a shot. See what you think. This might be my new jam. I might play with this and come back. Okay, I'm gonna finish my breakfast. Like, subscribe, ding the little bell, leave a comment down below, let me know how you feel about this. Hopefully, it at least demonstrated why scales are so much better than just loosey-goosey measuring, even though I probably would never write a recipe that way. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.